Hello and welcome to Brockley News, Radio Brockley's weekly show, keeping you up to date with all you need to know about what's happening in and around the hospital. I'm Alan Joyce, and coming up tonight we look back at this year's Stanmore Fair, which took place a couple of weeks ago. The annual event featured Stanmore's Got Talent, a dog show and lots of stalls as well. It also featured an RNOH recruitment stall, and we'll be hearing from the Chief Executive Rob Hurd and the hospital's Chairman Tony Goldstone over the next half an hour. Then at 7:30 your chance to win some Radio Brockley goodies without leaving your bed on Bedside Bingo with David Rauch. Good luck if you're playing along. And at 8 tonight is all your choice of tunes on the Sunday Request Show with Keith Reeve. So stay tuned to London's official #1 hospital radio station, your #1 recuperation station, Radio Brockley. So for the third year in a row, Radio Brockley went along to the annual Stanmore Village Fair, which this year was in a brand new venue just off Stanmore Hill. For the very first time, it featured Stanmore's Got Talent. A number of senior staff from the RNOH were also there to speak to potential new volunteers. And our reporter Graham Rich went along to find out more.
Hospital Radio Brockley at the wonderful Stanmore Fair. It's a beautiful sunny day and loads of people with loads of stands here at the Stanmore Recreation Park?
Recreation grounds, I think it is. But I just call it the park.
The voice you heard just then is Michelle, please say your name.
Chalibamba.
Michelle Chalibamba, lovely name that.
Yeah, it's from Zimbabwe.
Tell me, Michelle, I believe you've done a lot of preparation and organising for this day today.
I have. I was very lucky to be able to coordinate the day, project manage it with a lot of help from quite a number of others, especially from Blythewood Fair, Stagecoach and of course the Stanmore Society Committee. We need lots more young people to get involved and try and make Stanmore's changing. So we really want the community to come together and make it a fun village feel again. I live in the area. I would love it to feel, that people can feel wanted and to be involved. So that's what we need, people to make it feel a community.
Stanmore is a lovely area. I know it myself because my grandparents used to live here.
Okay, I've only lived here for about 6-7 years, but I really like it.
Nice neck of the woods. Tell me, have you done a lot of work, a lot of preparation and planning?
We met first in November to decide what we were going to do, where we were going to do it, and then we've been meeting at least once a month, and over the last few weeks we've been meeting weekly just to make sure everything runs smoothly. It's actually a lot of work. I don't think people realise when you put an event together. Just trying to make it people have fun. And what a beautiful day we've chosen.
It couldn't be better, could it?
No, definitely not.
And hopefully we'll see many more people come in later.
I hope so. We had over 400 last year, which is why we've gone to a bigger venue. And we really would like them to have lots of fun here today and, just come. So we're hoping we'll have 500 or 600 people. But
sounds great.
Have to wait and see.
Well, Michelle, I hope all goes well today.
Thank you. And we would like to say to you that we would love the radio to actually come and be part of it live next year.
That's it. That's an invitation. Thank you very much for saying that. I shall put that to the bosses.
I hope you do, because I think that would be great.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
Thank you very much.
Okay, right now I'm standing under a gazebo, a little bit of shade, and this gazebo belongs to the Stanmore Society. And I'm going to have a little chit-chat with a gentleman called John. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Yes, we're a local residents organisation, been established for 50 years. And we do various community activities. We have 500 members in the community, and there's about a committee of 10, roughly, that run it.
And what sort of events and activities do you organise?
Well, mainly we were interested in the affairs of Stanmore. We look at planning applications, we lobby the council for improvemements, like the flower boxes that you see throughout the village. That was by pressure from us. And matters of that kind, whatever we think is of concern to the community, we try and voice it. Normal activities the Residents Association does, well, that's what we are. Stanmore Society was founded by Lord Chorley. He was lived in Stanmore. He was concerned about what the council were planning to do at Stanmore Hill at the time, and so road widening programme they weren't happy about, and that's when the Stanmore Society came into existence to campaign against that particular move of the plan of the councils 51 years ago.
Do you know what the origins of the name Stanmore are historically? What is
Stones by the mere. The mere was thought to be the ponds up in Wood Lane near the hospital, and there was a Roman camp here. They had a pottery on Brockley Hill opposite the main gates of your hospital. No one knows quite where the camp was, but I think it was around the area of the rugby club. And the theory is when the Saxons came here, they found the remains of that scattered around. So the stones by the mere became corrupted into Stanmore. So well, that's how the legend goes. Julius Caesar is supposed to have been here in 54 BC.
I remember him well.
Yeah. There's an obelisk in your site to
Yes, quite
commemorate the battle that they allegedly had on that hill.
There is that obelisk, quite right.
Yes. Not many people know it's there, but it was erected by the Duke of Chandos' secretary, who wanted to please his master by saying he had Roman associations. No evidence it ever took place there. There is evidence that they fought a battle on high ground north of London against local tribesmen, and so the Duke of Chandos' secretary conveniently said it was there because his master owned the land.
Anything to do with Boadicea?
Well, there's always been legends that Boadicea's been buried up here somewhere. There's a warren in Stanmore Common, actually a mound, which some people said it was a burial mound, but it's not. It's an old rabbit warren.
Lovely story.
Yes.
Thank you very much indeed, and I hope all goes well for you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Nice talking with you.
Well, with me now I have Leslie, who's from the Bernays Garden Community Group, and she's come to tell me a little bit more about some of the changes happening to Bernays Garden here in Stanmore. So firstly, Leslie, can I just ask you to describe where Bernays Garden is for anyone local who may not have come across it before, and what the situation with the garden is at the moment?
Okay, Bernays Gardens is on Church Road in Stanmore. So if you go along Church Road and you pass the betting office, on your left-hand side, just beyond the betting office, there are gates into the Bernays Gardens, and the whole garden is walled in with a red brick wall, which is actually listed because it's of historic interest, and it runs up to Old Church Lane, and the wall runs down Old Church Lane a bit, so it's a small, but I would call it a tranquil oasis in the middle of Stanmore, but lots of people don't know it's there. And a group of us have got together because we remember it from our youth and feel it's been very neglected, inevitably through council cutbacks, and we've decided that all of us would like to bring it back to its former beauty. So at the moment there are a core group of 6-8 of us working in there on a regular basis. People have given us free plants, bedding. We've got a strategic partner now, we hope, who will work with Harrow, and they work with people who are trying to get back into mainstream work. They have a gardening group and they're going to be working with us. So the council have also given us their blessing.
That sounds brilliant. Well, describe what you're ultimately aiming for the garden to look like when it's finished.
Well, what we would like is the garden has the most exquisite selection of trees and shrubs, some of which are very rare, and we want to weed things, clip things, make it look loved again, because it looks very unloved. It isn't derelict by any means, but it looks unloved. And we're planting, and we're trying to plant shrubs. We've also planted up some herb beds. And eventually we want the community actually to start using it as soon as possible as a lovely place to be. We're hoping to go into partnership with some of the schools as well, and just get the community involved in using the space so that it's not misused. There are some cottages at the end, which at the moment we're not sure what's happening. We're hoping that they're going to be put back again to their former glory. They're known as the Cowman's cottages, but we're not sure what's happening with them. But it's just the most peaceful spot. It actually backs onto the fields which belong, and the copse which belong to St John's Church, and we have members of the church who are also working with us. The lovely thing about the group is, though, it really represents completely the diversity of Stanmore, because we have Hindu members, Jewish members, Christian members, Muslim members, and it's wonderful. We all work together, and it's such a good atmosphere.
So I take it you're looking for more volunteers to join you then. So what sort of people are you looking for? What sort of jobs would they be doing?
Well, anything that anybody wants to do to help us, whether it's sweeping up, it could be that people decide they don't know anything about gardening and would like to learn, and we have people on the team who will help them learn. We have people for litter picking, people for clearing paths, people for planting, people who actually just want to come and sit and talk to other people. We're also looking for people that know anything about press and publicity, perhaps, people that know about managing funds, because we are pretty sure we're going to get a grant given to us, but I can't talk much about that yet because nothing's been signed on the dotted line. But anybody that wants to join that can offer in any way, that even if it's their support, they don't have to do anything. People might want to fundraise, people might just have had a garden. Older people perhaps have moved out, not have a garden and want to potter, and they'd be welcome as well. So absolutely everybody.
And if people feel like this might be something for them, how can they get in contact with you?
If they're on Facebook, it would help. We have a Facebook page called the Bernays Gardens Community Group, brackets, Stanmore, close brackets. We're also on Twitter as Bernays Gardens. I would say both of those would be a good way, and in the next edition of My Stanmore News, there is going to be an article about the gardens and the volunteers working in it.
Well, I wish you the very best of luck. Thank you very much, Lizzie, for talking to us.
Thank you very much as well.
Right now, I'm saying hello to Rob Hurt, that's the CEO of the RNOH, that's the hospital on the hill. Rob, hello, how are you doing?
Hi Graham, great to have you here. Always a big good to see Radio Brockley supporting the hospital.
And a day like this in the local area, Stanmore, I think it's important that the hospital and the radio station are present and show our faces.
Absolutely. Now, I mean, there's always been a bit of an issue with the RNOH in that we're, as a national centre, as our name implies, the Royal National Orthopaedic Hospital, we're not so much of a local hospital as hospitals with accident and emergency departments, and we really want to sort of spend a bit more effort getting engaged with the local community, getting volunteers into the hospital for the local community. Our planning permission for our new hospital requires us to open up the site, have amenity areas on the site, get things happening on our very large site up on top of Brockley Hill. And so volunteering is a big push now. We're moving into the next phase on that, and this is a fantastic opportunity to be part of the local community and tell people that's what we're up to. So if there are any volunteers out there wanting to help the work of the hospital, we want them. Or we want to have volunteers wayfinding across the site. It's sometimes difficult to find where you're getting to until we've got our new hospital with a main entrance. All sorts of things to help patients, some of whom stay in the hospital a long time, that volunteers, people who want to give something back, we welcome their support. The modern world requires a lot of governance and criminal record bureau checks and all this sort of thing, which it's a lot of administration, and so what we're doing is taking some of that burden of that administration on as a hospital, the charity supporting the coordinating role. So we hope to now really sort of bring a new modern era of volunteering in, with all the paperwork in place, but get people out on the wards talking to patients, get people, like Radio Brockley, really welcome Radio Brockley support as always, out there improving the patient experience. We want to have volunteers wayfinding across the site. It's sometimes difficult to find where you're getting to until we've got our new hospital with a main entrance. All sorts of things to help patients, some of whom stay in the hospital a long time, that volunteers, people who want to give something back, we welcome their support.
Brilliant, thank you. Well, Rob, have a great day.
Thanks, Graham, and thanks to Radio Brockley.
Thank you. Right now I'm speaking to the chairman of the RNOH, and this is Anthony Goldstone. Good afternoon, sir.
Hello, thank you for asking me to speak to you. Obviously, we're all here today because we're keen to identify the RNOH itself with Stanmore Town as much as possible, and this is an enormous opportunity on a lovely sunny day to do that. We're hoping the number of people coming through will look at the stall, and in particular the new emphasis on volunteering for the hospital. We're keen to do all sorts of new things, in particular to recruit quite a lot of people for what we might call guiding. That is because the campus of the hospital is so large, and when you come through the front gate, it's not so easy to know where you need to go. We'd like to get a lot of locals involved in picking up patients at the gate and helping them to find the particular departments that they need to get to. We think it's quite an attractive option for people to maybe spend a small amount of time each week, 2 or 3 hours or so, or more if they want to, in various other things. But the guiding thing is a particularly new thing and something that we want to launch, well, today and at several other functions.
It sounds very interesting, actually. Quite a new idea that's going to be put into practice.
One of the problems with a campus like the RNOH, which is grown up in a higgledy-piggledy fashion over many years, is actually the geography isn't straightforward, and things like the parking are not straightforward. And I think it's okay once the patients have been once or twice, they know their way around this kind of, it's 120 acres, but the first time can be pretty bewildering, and we hope this will be very helpful to the patients.
Well, Anthony, many thanks indeed, and enjoy the summer.
Okay, thank you very much for asking me.
Interesting to hear there from the chairman and also the chief executive of the hospital. Lots of encouragement to volunteer here at the hospital. And if you want further details, you can go to the hospital's website at rnoh.nhs.uk and go to the Get Involved section. This is Radio Brockley and it's Brockley News. We'll have part 2 from the Stanmore Fair coming up very, very shortly. Still to come this evening, we have Bedside Bingo, your chance to win some goodies. So good luck if you're playing along. David Rauch in the hot seat calling out the numbers. Hopefully your patient reps will be up with you very shortly if they're not there already. And don't forget you can choose all the music for a whole 2 hours from 8 o'clock tonight. It's the Sunday Request Show and Keith Reeves in the hot seat. Let's head back to the Stanmore Village Fair.
We've got several stands and gazebos around the centre of this wonderful park, and I'm standing outside a green one which says Harrow Beekeepers, and the lady who's running the store, this table, is Judy. Hello, Judy.
Hello, hi.
How are you doing?
I'm all right, thanks. Nice day for it today.
Beautiful day. Are you pleased with the way things are turning out for you?
Yes, it's just really pleasant to be here. It's lovely to chat to people. Lots of people around today.
Tell us more about Harrow Beekeepers.
Right, Harrow Beekeepers is coming up for its 95th year. It now has members, about 150 members, representing, I think at the last count, about 24 different nationalities. There's about 100 active members keeping hives and bees throughout the borough of Harrow. And I think you'd be surprised, wherever you live in Harrow, you're probably no more than about a quarter of a mile from a beekeeper. So there are bees all over the place, in gardens, on allotment sites. Harrow Council is very supportive towards us. Schools have them locally. People have them in their garden, even if they can't keep bees themselves, they allow a beekeeper to keep bees there, and that's always very useful.
That's fascinating. I didn't realise there was so much activity in the borough.
Yeah, yes, there is, and and bees will travel 3 miles from the hive to forage, so you will probably have a Harrow Beekeepers bees in your garden.
And of course, bees are very, very important in nature and in the environment.
Yeah, they are very important, and one of the things we try to stress and to educate people is that if you see a swarm of bees, which is, you'll see like a rugby ball shape hanging somewhere, that they should phone a local beekeeper who will come and collect it. And if to contact a local beekeeper to find your nearest one, the British Beekeepers website, you can put your postcode in and it will tell you your nearest swarm collector.
What do they do with a swarm?
We use it to start our beginners with, people that want to start keeping bees, or people that have lost their bees, or they've died over winter, or they've had a problem with. Then we find a home for it. So
the swarm is looked after. It's not destroyed.
No, we try our very best not to ever destroy honeybees. Occasionally, if they get into a roof space or something where it's a real problem, then we would recommend that they're destroyed, but on the whole we will very much try to collect them. So it's important, if you think you've got honeybees, to phone a beekeeper sooner rather than later.
Judy, tell me something. You've got a lovely stand here, a lovely table, and you're selling wares. What are you selling today?
We're selling local honey, we're selling beeswax, candles and soap that is made with beeswax and honey.
Soap?
Yes, soap made with beeswax, honey and lavender.
Sounds wonderful.
Yeah.
And of course this is real natural honey, isn't it?
It is. It's all local. I mean, the honey that's on sale today is all, I think, from most to be about 5 miles from this site.
Tell me, once you open a jar like one of the jars we see over there, how long does the honey keep for?
Honey will keep indefinitely. It doesn't need to be kept in a fridge. You will never see a mouldy jar of honey. Once it's open, just make sure the lid's on tightly, because it will absorb moisture. So if you left a lid off, it would absorb moisture from the air and start to ferment. I mean, it wouldn't do you any harm, but it wouldn't be as nice to eat. But you can keep a jar of honey. I mean, our use-by dates on those are probably December 2017. But they found honey in the tombs in Egypt, and it's still edible. It will granulate. All good honey sort of goes thicker and granulates, and some people like it when it's sort of quite thick and cloudy. But if you wanted it back to liquid, then you just warm it gently and it'll go back to liquid.
Judy, many thanks for the interview.
Okay.
Hope it all goes well for you today.
All right, Graham, nice to meet you.
Hospital Radio Brockley, and it's a gorgeous day, and I'm under a canopy, under a gazebo that belongs to Bentley Priory Museum, and this is really fascinating. This is right up my street, and I'm chatting to Pauline. Hello, Pauline.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
Oh, very well. Lovely weather.
It is a great day, isn't it? And you've got a very special stand here and a table. Tell us a bit more about Bentley Priory.
Well, Bentley Priory was the headquarters of Fighter Command. And of course, Fighter Command were key to the Second World War because of the Battle of Britain. The Battle of Britain was actually commanded from this very site at Bentley Priory. Not a lot of people know that. It's of international significance. But because it was an RAF base, an operational, well not a base, but an RAF headquarters until 2008, public didn't have access to it. So that's why so little is known about it. But this is where the battle was commanded from, and it is where the experimental use of radar by filtering the information and refining it gave us the leading edge over the Germans in the Battle of Britain.
We caught the Germans out by surprise with our radar, didn't we?
We did. It wasn't the actual radar, but it was the way that we used it, and it was the use of filtering. Because the other thing about Bentley Priory is it was the headquarters of the Royal Observer Corps, and it was the combination of using various sources of information to define and to qualify the radar signals that gave us the precision which allowed us to go and not waste our precious resources. We could go and intercept where the German fighters were. They took a totally different approach with their radar, but of course they had more aeroplanes to waste. We didn't. Adolf Galland, one of the German aces, in his book A Spitfire on My Tail, says that okay, the Germans, the British did have this wonderful plane, the Spitfire, which they wouldn't have minded having, but the real key was it was the way that the British were using the radar that allowed them to intercept their fighters. It was the way that they used the radar that really gave them that edge, which helped them win the battle against all odds.
Marvellous stuff. This is really important. And it's important that this information is spread so our youngsters know about it.
Exactly. Here on our doorsteps in northwest London, this is where that crucial battle that saved the free world was commanded from. The experimental filter room, which was built well before the Second World War, is actually featured in the museum. It's been reconstructed in the very site where the first experimental filter room was built.
Well, it's a splendid story.
Thank you very much, and please tell all your audiences that the museum is now operational and open. It's open Monday, Wednesday, Friday and Saturday. It opens at 10 o'clock in the morning and in the summer closes at 5 o'clock at night.
Marvellous, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
I'm standing next to a very tall and very fit looking young lady called Charlie. Hi Charlie.
Hi Graham, how are you?
I'm bearing up, thank you. How are you? You're looking pretty energetic.
I am, I'm fabulous, thank you. Yep, having fun, enjoying the sun.
Because you're promoting something quite important here.
So we have a fit camp which we run in Stanmore, 8 sessions a week for people to come and help them get fit in the community, and we are called 24 Fit Stanmore.
Okay, so people can lose some weight?
They can lose weight, they can gain muscle, they can just become more active, they can get out, they can be active in their community, meet new people. We literally have all sorts of people from all walks of life, from like 4 years old up until 70 odd.
What sort of exercises do you promote?
So we do some cardio to start with, get the heart rate up. So high intensity interval training, which is HIIT training, which probably sounds a little bit scary.
Yeah.
However, we do lots of variations for all different ages and abilities. So it doesn't matter where you're kind of playing the game of fitness at, we can help with that. And then we do some anaerobic training. So we'll do some weights and we'll only use your body weight. So we don't have equipment. We'll do maybe some sit-ups and press-ups and some partnered stuff, some squats and lunges. And we just aim to have lots of fun and educate people. We promote everybody to just be active, healthy and active. So we talk to people about 80% nutrition and 20% exercise. So what we do is we give people the 20% exercise, and some people just, even if it's just getting out and walking, even if it's getting out and doing some exercise, some yoga, or doing a DVD at home, we promote anybody to be active no matter what age you are.
And the name of your organisation is?
So I work for a company called Herbalife, which is the #1 nutrition company in the world, and we help people with maybe losing body fat or gaining muscle or just having better nutrition, educating people on, you know, the right amount of water to drink, the right amount of protein to take, and it's just amazing. Helping people get fitter, healthier, more confident is just as well.
Are you an athlete, a runner?
In a past life I was. I used to run for the borough of Barnet when I was a kid, some many moons ago. But, you know, I was always very fit, but not healthy. So, you know, I'd look slim, people would be like, yep, you look great, you can eat what you want, which I did. And then got to the point where I wasn't very well, and, you know, then realised actually, just because someone's fit and slim doesn't mean that they're healthy. And I really had to look at the things that I was doing and really take a look at the foods that I was eating. And
this is very important.
Yeah, it's so important. People just don't know as well. You know, it's surprising how little people know about good nutrition and the right things to eat. And, you know, society's told us so many myths over the years, you know, about how long you need to sleep for and how many times you should eat a day and, you know, those kind of things that actually aren't so true. You know, so it's just kind of breaking down some of those misconceptions of what to do to be healthy.
I think I'm going to go home and clear out half my larder now. It's all rubbish.
Yeah, listen, I've been there, I did the same thing. But yeah, now I'm fit and healthy. There's a big difference.
Hey, you got a good message there.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. If people want to get involved, we have a Facebook page that is 24 Fit Shaping Up Stanmore. Or if you'd like to know more, my email is Charlie. That's CHARLIE at The Nutrition Coach. That's The Nutrition Coach, all one word, UK.com.
Charlie, thank you very much indeed.
Graham, have a lovely day. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're doing very well. Lots of people here at Stanmore Fair. It's filling up, and I think it's been a good day. It's been a successful day, and right now I'm chatting to 3 ladies who are from the Harrow Art Centre near Hatch End, and they look like they're very important because they're wearing badges. So are you ladies organisers or something?
Yes, we organise gigs and live events in and around Harrow for people aged 14 to 25. So
You're Adriana?
Adriana, yeah, that's me.
What sort of gigs and events?
We do dance events and music events, so we do loads of different genres, rock, rap, acoustic, all around. So in Harrow Art Centre and also in Town Centre as well.
Okay, so you're based in Harrow, and how far afield do you go?
Well, actually this year we're going up to Manchester, the first time since we've started up 3 years ago. And we're doing, well, it's part of Blast Beat, which is like a competition that we've entered. So we're going to be up there hoping to win it.
Wow, that sounds exciting. Okay, now Ariana, you've got your twin sister here. Hi there.
Hiya.
What's your name?
Stephanie.
Hi Stephanie, are you enjoying today?
Very much. It's a lot of fun, yeah. Loads of different stalls and everything to do.
What's the best part of being a part of Harrow Art Centre?
I think it's the amount of people you meet from other organisers to musicians, the amount of people you get to talk to. And
please introduce me to your friend. This is Roshni?
Yep, Roshni and Connie.
Roshni, what kind of work do you do for the Art Centre?
So we're part of this group called 100%. We talk to everyone.
Yeah, we meet up every week to, like, on a Thursday after school we meet up and have a weekly sort of meeting planning.
What is your next event or organised gig?
July 18th, we'll be at the Harrow Art Centre Family Fun Day.
That's based at Harrow Art Centre all day.
Well, ladies, a pleasure to meet you. Good luck with your enterprises. Thank you, Steph.
Thank you very much.
And twin sister Adriana?
Yes, thank you very much.
Fanisto.
Oh, Fanisto, fully.
And Roshni, thank you as well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay. Right now, I'm speaking to a couple of very talented young ladies from Stagecoach, which is an all-important drama group, performance group for young people who are interested in singing and dancing and performing. So here is Ava. Pleased to meet you.
Hi.
How old are you, Ava?
9.
She's 9 years old. And your friend is Jessica?
Yes.
Is that Jessica or Jess?
It's Jessica.
Hi, Jessica. How old are you?
9.
Awesome. Well, I saw you two performing together. You were singing. And what were you singing today?
Well, we're doing a remix of Bang Bang, Tomorrow from Annie, and Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
Somewhere Over the Rainbow comes from a musical from the 1940s or the 1950s.
Yes, it comes from The Wizard of Oz.
That's even older than I am.
Can I sing on the radio now?
That is an awesome idea. Fantastic. Okay, just to finish off, sing your song.
Just to finish off, we're going to be singing a song from, as you know, Tomorrow from Annie. 3, 2, 1. The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar back tomorrow. There'll be sun. Just thinking about tomorrow. Clears away the cobwebs and the sorrow. Till there's none. When I'm stuck with a day that's grey and lonely, I just stick up my chin and grin and say, there's sun to come out tomorrow. So you gotta hang on till tomorrow. Come what may. Get well soon. Bye.
Just an excerpt there from Stanmore's Got Talent. It was a fantastic day, and if you want to listen to that again, don't forget you can follow the links from our website at radiobrockley.org, and you'll be able to hear it very shortly on our YouTube channel as well. Plus, you can tune in again to Brockley News Extra 5 days a week at midday for another chance to hear some of our recent interviews. Up next on Radio Brockley, it's Bedside Bingo, your chance to win some Radio Brockley goodies with David Rauch back in the hot seat this week. And then at 8 o'clock tonight, it's all your choice of tunes on the Sunday Request Show with Keith Reeve. Brockley News returns at the same time next week when we'll have highlights from the Buttercup Walk. And don't forget, we're live next Sunday between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. with live coverage of the Buttercup Walk. From me, Alan Joyce, there for now. Good night.